have the open house now, and we would like to invite all the speakers for the day to be present here so that they are able to answer questions that most of us have and could not seek answers for.
I have a question for Niranjan sir. So, on your slide, you were talking about M and law, and you were telling about you had a sentence like this. To discuss, deliberate, or contemplate rather than taking action or making up one's mind. But we have to discuss, deliberate, and contemplate before taking action.
Yeah, the message, what it means is that it's of course we have to discuss. Without discussing, we should not have. The only thing is that spending too much on not taking action. Okay, so only discussing everything on it will be purely on the air. Okay, so only when we get into the act, we start discovering the reality. So many times what happens is by discussing, you may get some clarity, but the real thing is take the thing head on. So when you take the things head on, you'll start discovering the real truth, and that's how that in the whole maze, when the cheese gets over, the sniff and scurry, they start looking for the new cheese by discovering various parts of the maze without thinking too much. And they are the guys who first end up in finding out the new maze. Okay? So what it means is like human, as normally the tendency of human is that we are fearful of taking the risk. So the whole message is more and more we inculcate that kind of fear. That's we become slow in acting. Best is take the risk, act, face the fear. Okay, but be that kind of awareness. So that is, I think, what I felt.
That we discuss very quickly, we start doing things, but then we do a demo or something like that for time, and then it doesn't work. The time doesn't come out. The time just goes off. We spend like 1 year in doing like 10 demos, 10 different clients, and not even one client coming up. So sometimes I felt for my experience that you have to live things in and then do things. Because one client I met was Japanese, and they told that these Japanese are very slow in doing things. They discuss, and then to take action. That is what I think. That's why I just wanted to ask you.
Just be the contextual work. The message is that you have to think through. But the only thing is thinking through for a long time is also not good. Okay, so you have to just evaluate on a contextual basis. So the only idea here is don't always be in thinking mode without taking action. So think, take action, face the situation. Then when you face the reality, really you come to know the truth. Then you start discovering. Rugby approach.
There's a word for this, analysis paralysis. Yeah. So you analyze it and you don't do anything about this. If you don't get that kind of analysis paralysis.
I just wanted to add something to this. I was looking at a video of my Sam Mahesh. Do you know who Sam Mahesh is? He was the first field general for Indian Army. And he says if you want to be a bloody fool, be one quickly. Be one quickly. He says if you want to be a bloody fool, be one quickly. And then you own that decision. Whatever you're making, take full accountability. So I think that means.
couple of questions actually. So when the JP you said, so you're talking about earning the respect of the coach, connecting to the people. They sound very impractical in a world where organizations hire agile coaches as consulting for 6 months, 1 year, 2 years, and they give them teams of 20 teams, 200 people, and then you expect this coach to spend the time with them and then get collected, get performance, get the respect, and do the coaching, bring them up to the speed, and then say that, oh, here are the high performing teams which you are expecting. It is literally contrasting what I'm listening from the stage on the satisfactory. When I talk to the vice presidents of the company, they say that these agile coaches are useless. They give them action maps, they don't do their job. Now, what I'm hearing from them, I really don't agree with them because what you are talking, what they're expecting, not the match. See, I'm a senior architect. Recently, I developed the most interesting agile. Now, I really see the contrast. And most of the times, it was difficult for me to believe what they say because coaches are coaches. When you come here for the first time and I listen to what you're talking, probably I have to believe him. Right? So maybe you can help me.
So, I think we have one of the person where in my current organization I'm working with. Maybe I would just want to give you the mic, putting you on the spot. I want to just describe, because one thing we all need to acknowledge is there are not many coaches who are treating coaching as we described. Right? What you said, at least in my experience, 90% of the coaches are operating in that space. I myself, sometimes feel ashamed about being called as a coach, but then we're not giving up. Right? So, can you just hear from the person who actually represents my client now?
So, if I reiterate your question, you are saying that the ask from the VP or the senior leadership is not aligned with what the coach has to offer, right? So, I think once you have a coaching job, your responsibility is to understand why the organization has hired you or the team as coaches, and then you have to try your best to deliver the coaching, as we talk about coaching as a service. Now, at least this is my personal opinion, that if that aligns with what the leadership expects, fine. But if as a coach you try to change your coaching just so that it has to align to what they expect, that may not work. So you have to give your sincere effort to coaching and see if it's possible to meet that guy's expectation.
Also, do you want to just say one or two words about what does it take to earn their trust as a coach, right? Maybe let's describe one instance, and it's not easy.
Yeah. So, as far as, so again, there are two aspects. One is gaining the trust with the leadership and gaining the trust with the team. So with the team, I think it's, I feel it's relatively easy because, as you called out, right, they have been told that he's your assigned coach. So the best thing you can do is build a rapport with them, understand, and then coach them. Eventually, they will align to you, or they may reject, which is fine. But with the leadership, you have to handle the biggest problem, which is the ego, right? And which is where, at least I feel that if you compromise and try to do what he or she wants, you will never succeed. So you have to live with that. Either disagree to the person's ego and do what you feel.
So I will just add to that. See, higher coaches actually want lessons. It's a big difference. Typically, what I have experienced is you hire people and you put a request in any other coach. Actually, you want a consultant who will come and solve your problems. 6 months, you'll engage you, solve your problems. The biggest thing for this, you end up giving fish, not teaching them how to fish. Right? That's the moment coach moves up, you start seeing things falling out. Unfortunately, that is the state of affairs in many situations. Most of the situations.
And we probably, the stance we have taken is, many times we have rejected some of the opportunities. Because if you want a consultant, I'm not coming because I'm not going to be a consultant. I have rejected some of the offers. Now, how many
So what you want and what you have is different.
You are not here to sell people.
No, I
selfish.
We are we are not here to selfish or selfish. We are getting these people out there.
The business, most of the times the business don't want to do. They want to preserve themselves as a sort of problem. But the biggest price you pay is you're not enabling your teams to run the marathon. Then you pay, after many of our experience, coaches coming after a gap. They are great at coaching assignment and then after 6 months, 7 months, you bring another coach. So as an organization, you make a stand. Are you really interested in developing? Really interested in people?
My name is Sudhir Purnam. I work for Cognizant. I'm an agile coach with the Agile Practice. So, from coach's perspective, what do you think coach level is? In an organization, there are various levels of coaches. There is an enterprise coach. In enterprise coach itself, there is level 1, level 2. And there is program level coaches, team level coaches, and Scrum Master. Right? Now, you need to engage the right coach at the right time, and that's more important. Okay? If you put a team coach to an enterprise guy, you are actually messing it up. So, probably that's answer. And an enterprise coach is a very experienced coach, probably around 20 plus experience, who can talk to CIOs and CTOs. That level. You don't involve enterprise coaches for a longer time. You just, when you are probably starting a transformation, you engage them. They speak off, and there are enterprise level coaches, 1, 2, and program level coaches, probably portfolio level coaches. Because a coach, as a team, if you have to get into the team level and get into individuals, a coach cannot handle more than probably 20 to 30 people, not more than that. Otherwise, it's not. You're not actually doing justice. You cannot connect to individuals if you are, 200 people for one single guy. No. So probably that answers your question, right?
I get your point. Thanks for this question. So I was going through your slides. Each and every slide made so much of sense to me. But the initial slides, which were talking about bringing agile, and then the other slides, intersection between two big circles. One circle is talking about agile, other circle is talking about it has to be top-down model, where it all talked about the leaders. Now, where do you think I can find these leaders who are ready to come close to the agile? Right? Because it's all about intersection. At some point, you draw the circles coming so close that they are becoming one. Correct? Now, if these leaders who are supposed to be aligning themselves with the Scrum, why is that I don't see them in this forum? Because these are the forums where they should be learning about agile. Now, if they are not learning from here, where are they learning from? That's a big question for me.
In fact, last week, one of the directors came here from your current organization, and it took 1.5 years for me to get the person here. So that means the intersection to reach that point, it takes a lot of time. And that's why Manish was calling out, if the organization is seriously doing transformation forever, it's going to be a minimum 4 to 5 years journey where the earliest you expose the mess and scare the shit out of for the leaders, I think the earlier they will come to these kind of stages or maybe open up for coaches, right? It's not straightforward until they face the heat, which is going to happen. In my experience, it takes generally about 1.5 years for people to really see the mess in the system, right? All kinds of mess, technical, process, culture, etc. No, you have to maybe hire coaches who could expose this faster, right? Right now, I'm just mastering it. My only job is to expose and come back, unless they pull. Can we continue? Right? So, Harish, you want to share?
So when I spoke about leaders, that is more for the organization leaders, actually not for the coaches. So many times the organization management expects coaches to be the solution. Okay, we give you some standard recite how to go about transformation. Okay, come and go coaching for 6 months so that we will become agile. So that again, management is not running here. I'm talking about leaders who are representing the management have to undergo a lot of transformation. So because of that, the agile transformation or whatever, the agility at the organization is not successful. That's one of the main reasons. They expect everything coach, consultant to give the solution. The coach and consultant is more of an external person. He is more like an enabler, but he is not a solution provider. So most of my presentation was more focused on the leaders representing the organization. Okay, what kind of leadership style they have to exhibit.
My question is to Prince Mishra on the system thing. It was quite informative session. Thank you. The question is very simple. What is in system thinking for a Scrum Master? Because he doesn't come from a technical background, he doesn't come from architectural background. The way he works is only with the team, the behavior, setting the things right, where the flow is. So, what is in it?
Yeah, good that you asked this question. And probably you have already answered it also. So a Scrum Master basically does not, okay, let me put it on a more positive note, he works more with the people rather than with the product or with the technology, right? He has little to do with the technology that he is working on. Sometimes he will be a hands-on Scrum Master, most of the times he is not, right? So he is mostly working with people, their behavior patterns, right? People inside the team and people outside the team. Now that forms a system itself. So you have individuals in the team who interact with each other, collaborate with each other on a day-to-day basis, right? So these are the elements in the system that you can mark it as a team as a system. And there are individuals which are the elements interacting with each other on a day-to-day basis. Now, how does that interaction affect the whole performance of the whole team, or the performance of the whole system? So the interdependent parts, how they are interacting and affecting the behavior of the system. That's where the Scrum Master can apply system thinking tools. Now, we call it whatever. I mean, we are not able to talk about how to plot system diagrams. Right? So if you find a problem, let us take an example here. You find a person who does not turn up for your daily standard meetings regularly. And whenever he comes, he is not very prompt in giving positive vibe to the team. Okay, so there are certain things that we need to do as part of daily stand-up meetings, and we all know about it. We don't need to go in details for that. But there is one individual who is often late for the daily stand-up meeting, for example, and it does not emanate a very positive vibe for the team. And this is an event on the first instant, second instant. But over a period of time, if you start accumulating these things, it becomes a pattern, and you see that person is behaving this way. So now you are, as a Scrum Master, system thinking can apply out here on that person. How is his interaction with the other guys in the team, and what are the forces that are acting upon here that is leading to that behavior? Right? So that is one aspect of it. Now the Scrum Master as a person who removes obstacles from the ways of the team. In that case, the team comes into contact with the rest of the organization. For example, the head of department of purchase or finance, or for that matter, anything else, HR. Right? So there, your system purview now expands. Now you are not talking about your team as a system, but you are actually including the rest of the organization also into the purview of the system. So you expand your system boundary to say, now it's not just my team, but also the rest of the guys that we talk about now, who will form a part of the team, and they form the entities and the elements in the team, and the interactions between them must be analyzed. So systems thinking is not a tool which has to do anything with agile. It is a discipline in itself, and that you can use anywhere. You use it in your personal life, you use it in your production floor, you use it for sales, wherever. You use it for personal purpose, for professional reasons. If you are planning out for some studies, something, you try to figure out what are the forces that you are likely to interact with, and how one force will pull you down or push you forward to achieve your goal, or impede in the process of achieving it. So basically, these are some of the things. I mean, there is not a set template that you can probably use out here, but then you can use your imagination and use the tools at hand.
Vijay, just a small point. See, if you want to solve a problem, you need to understand the system. So if a Scrum Master is there, he has to solve the impediment that the team cannot solve. And to solve that impediment, you have to understand the system. Right? So agility fosters in a culture. So you have to have that culture to solve this issue. Can be anything, right? Can be management policies. Can be something that is the team is not able to do. So as a matter of fact, I think we are in terms of mindset, that is where it has to work out. Have that concept to have that system thinking.
I want to know the career progression of Scrum Master.
I will take a slide. I will so actually I went through that moment of life before I took it up. You know, actually how I came to coaching is I went and met my VP. He said you should become a Scrum Master. I said I'm not. Okay. I said why would you not become? I said I don't want to limit my ability to be reaching only 5 or 6 people. I want to play bigger role in this organization. Then I asked okay, can you take up coaching in this entire organization? I will do the full role of the transmission. That's how it started. I come running and tell my manager, you know what, I met VP and I said I'm taking up coaching. So I still remember that. Pagal hai kya? Is it professor Vardhan? This is the exact same thing. But over time, what I discovered is, Scrum Master is never a problem box. It's never. But what I saw is if you can really master Scrum Mastery, you could take up any role in it. Imagine the environment in which I grew as a coach. The Scrum Master had zero control of the team, doesn't report to the Scrum Master. It's a completely different line, and you have no control on how the people will behave, and you have to make them work as a team, being effective. If you can master that art, imagine you taking up a role of a senior manager, directly, VP, where you develop the skill of having your teams perform without putting control on it. That's what I saw as what is available in this course. And it has worked wonders for me. It's something each person has to discover. My personal belief is Scrum Master is never a program. It's a lifestyle. It's a mindset and lifestyle that we need to lead. And then proceed whatever the your passion.
I just want to add to Harish. The first time I got certified Scrum Master, whatever that was, right? In 2007. And I started practicing Scrum, Scrum Mastering in Scrum. Now, the real benefit I'm seeing is now. I'm an entrepreneur. I'm also an enterprise coach. I'm also running a lot of initiatives in the society in the area of public education, the primary education in the government for Karnataka region. I'm able to manage all of these things because the skills I developed as a Scrum Master sometime back. Right? And I can go on, and right now I'm able to play all these things effortlessly. That's the power it has given me as a Scrum Master. And that's why I think you talked about it in argue lifestyle.
Never look at it from the senior Scrum Master.
Junior, Chief Scrum Master, they're not going to take you anywhere.
Leverage what you learn as a Scrum Master. Put it to wherever you are passionate.
To answer to your specific question, other than what my friends have told is Scrum Master is like dirtying your hands in the beginning. Unless we dirty the hands, you'll never be able to get into the, even if you get to the higher level, you'll not be able to get the real grip of it, okay? So dirty your hand for some time. So you need to dirty your hands for some time. Then you have to look how to expand yourself beyond Scrum Master. So some of the things like probably you can expand to become a enterprise Scrum Master level, okay? Extend yourself to the enterprise level. Maybe you can expand to become an agile coach. So to become an agile coach, to become good agile coach, one has to be good. At least they should have played a Scrum Master role for some time. Then only they know the nitty-gritties of what works, what does not work. Okay? So then there are multiple roles. To expand yourself for enterprise, you can take up any role like what Harish said. So Scrum Master is a base. It's more like a role. You should treat it as a more like a role for a few years. But it's not like you stay there forever. That is where is the issue. So one should know how to smartly get out of that role. That tipping point, one should be able to know. So, and how to get out of that role and expand. So that is a key. So, That's one thing I can share.
It's not a fight.
So build the abilities, pick up by your
Questions are Mohit. When you're talking, you talked about happiness as a measure. But one of the things we have struggled with is that it's a feeling. You can't measure feelings, right? So, do you have examples, something you can share there? How have you measured happiness, whether for a team or for your customer?
Can you hold the question? Because I wanted to answer that. Who asked the question? Okay. So there are career paths in organizations, corporations, IT companies, first Scrum Master. You start with a Scrum Master, you become a senior Scrum Master, okay? Then you get into Agile coaching, okay? Agile coaching itself will be team level, then you get into program level. RT is one, release training level, safe terms. Then you become an enterprise coach. There are various tiers, enterprise level 1 level, tier 1, tier 2 coaches. Even in program level, there are kind of tier. So these are the career options available. Scrum Master is a base, it's a base for all these roles. Unless you are there, you need to walk before you run, right? So you need to be a Scrum Master for some years before you get into coaching. A Scrum Master is the coach for his team. Okay, you need to develop that skill, and to get into the program level or project level or program level, at least you need to have behavioral skills, behavioral coaching skills. That is important. Unless you try to influence them, they will never change. They will never open up. You will never get the right things from. They will just tell you what you ask a question. They will just tell you what they feel like. But they will not give the right picture. Unless you see, because it will not show as the coaching. How to establish connection is what I'm trying to tell them. When you ask any developer, I go for this assessment. So, as how is everything going? So they say everything going fine. But if you dig deeper, how are the things you are doing, and then do you have any problem? So there are ways to find out that they are really. Are they really happy or not? Some people are happy. They will be happy. Some people, they will not say upfront. But once you engage with them, you need to have conversation. And when you had this conversation here, it is just 5 minutes, 10 minutes. You need to spend at least hours to get that. The moment the person trusts you, that's the moment when they will start opening up. And a coach's responsibility is always to make them feel that comfort to open up. They should trust that, I as a person will not go and tell the whole world that, there is a problem here, That level of trust, that is more important. That's the coaching style you need to, it comes with experience. It does not come over the night. You need to engage. I have been myself as a Scrum Master for at least 4 to 5 years. I have been in the Philip's transformation journey for 4 years. In the campus, he has not joined that yet. So I have myself experienced the way Agile works. So this is how you need to see how yourself grow up the organization. There are various career paths. If you take up the same diagram, there are various roles there, right? So you can actually think about what roles you want to do. If you are passionate about products, you develop that skill of domain knowledge. You can go into product management, and then value stream engineer, or RT. Those are all career paths which you have.
We'll have one last question that we asked, and we are already out of time.
So, just one correction I want to make in what Sudhir mentioned, acknowledging everything. The senior Scrum Master, whatever I think he tried to say, correct me if I'm wrong. What you really meant is you could be a Scrum Master for your CXO team, for example. If you learn the art of being the Scrum Master. Scrum Master is the way of being. If you can master that, you could be a director along with your executives, and you could be playing the role of a Scrum Master. Right? It's a role and an art and a way of being, not a title. So, am I right, Sue?
In our organization is not,
but you have titles in CBS, but it may not be there everywhere. Right?
We don't have titles, we have roles.
Sure. So, different roles created for the hierarchy, but you may not find it. But it's a way of being. That's all I want to do.
You might still be doing the basics for master.
Yep.
Responsibilities and accountability will be different.
Sure. So,
I think that was a descriptive answer. I move to Manish. Manish, when we say about happiness index, we don't want to go into actual nitty-gritties and saying that what exactly it is. It is absolute number. That is what we want to get. It's a relative number. Instead of absolute, it's a relative number. It's a feeling. So if somebody says out of 5 I will give 3, just try to understand why is it below 3. What can we give? What can help him to move it to 5? That is what we are trying to understand. That's all it is. If we try to get into very absolute numbers, why is it 5? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, it becomes very difficult because every team has a different dynamics. Somebody gave a rating as 3 because the traffic was moved at one of the some factors you can't control. Right? But that is just to help the team to open up and say that, okay, can something be done to help them? That's all we look at. Does that answer?
Yep.
Okay, so that's the end of our open house because unfortunately we're out of time. So we'd like to thank all our speakers today, and we do have a token of appreciation from our side. So I'd like Nidhi and Harshita to do the Ravi and Priya. Yeah, a lot of applause. JP and Harish. Friends.